You've been lied to, and honestly, I don't know why this is still a discussion. In this new information age, it's never been easier to access information, but at the same time, it's never been easier to be more confused. There is so much information out there about how to make the most progress in the gym. You can even find it on ChatGPT, you can find it on Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, YouTube long form. And don't get me wrong, some of it is good, but the majority is just BS. Always some weird and new method just to sell another program. But the biggest problem is if you listen to this advice, you'll just delay all of your progress, and worse, you'll just get injured. And how do I know that? Because it happened to me. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build muscle as a natural so you can get the physique you've always wanted. You can flex on everyone at the beach this summer. And definitely because I don't want you to make the same mistake that I did. The fitness world was basically shaped by bodybuilders. From magazines like this, I remember my brothers used to get these magazines all the time. Honestly, I probably have a couple copies still. I get so much nostalgia from even looking at one of these magazines. They're absolutely legendary. But back then, being on steroids was not really that common knowledge. Nowadays, we have teenagers who are literally hopping on and telling other people to do it as well. But that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is the misinformation that they spread. This is a famous bodybuilder, Jay Cutler, who always promoted bulking. But the only reason bulking works for them is because of this. Because the truth is, as a natural, you're capped with the amount of muscle you can build. But what these people will tell you is that the more you eat, the more muscle you can build, but that doesn't apply for a natural. Now, if you're one of these people that takes these steroids, yes, you will be able to build way more than a natural can. And those excess calories can be put into work. But for a natural, excess calories that you eat above your maintenance will be turned into fat. And carrying all that excess fat is just going to make our life much harder. So I started out pretty skinny and I thought, you know what, if I just eat more, I can put on even more muscle than I would have. But unfortunately, I listened and I just gained extra fat. Yeah, I've gained muscle, but that could have been obtained at maintenance calories. And trust me, losing all this fat was no joke. So much effort, so many months to undo the bad work that I've done. But you know what they say, trust the process, keep pushing, train hard, lift heavy, just keep eating the calories. So I kept doing that, thinking that the more I eat, the more I trained, the more muscle I'll get. Until one day, I tried to do some heavy squats. And what do you know? I herniated my disc. 5 years later and I still haven't fully recovered. Yeah, it feels much better. I can play football now, I can go on runs, but I'll never be the same again. Now, if you watch this video, you won't have to go through this pain. And honestly, the hardest part is what the mess it leaves you with. This is how I looked a few days after my injury. This is what they call bulked up. This is the look that people are trying to sell you. This is the process that people are trying to tell you is okay, instead of just looking like this all year round. Sure, I may have been unlucky with the injury, but here's the problem that bulk really creates. Every single bulk creates another cut. Now, what most people do is after that cut, they'll say, oh, it's winter arc, let's go on another bulk. And before you know it, they're stuck in that cycle over and over again. When in actual fact, you would have put the same amount of muscle on if you were just eating at maintenance, but now you've put on all this excess fat. So what you need to understand is, as a natural, main gaining is king and you never need to go on a bulk. You're going to put the same amount of muscle on anyway, train hard, eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and you'll be lean all year round. So as a natural, never bulk.